After years of Trump's attacks on Somalis in Minnesota, ICE zeroes in on the Twin Cities. Here's what's fueling the operation. When President Donald Trump was asked about how Afghans legally in the United States might feel about his decision to pause issues visas for them after the suspected shooter of the National Guard members was identified as an Afghan national, he took aim at another country in the same breath, Somalia. And this can't be happy because what's taking place between that and if you look at Somalia, they're taking over Minnesota. Trump said in remarks to reporters following the call to service members on Thanksgiving Day. And moments later, he clarified the alleged shooter had nothing to do with Somalia. But the president, nonetheless, continued pushing the hostile rhetoric towards Somali population in Minnesota in the days since. And over the past few months, the Trump administration has continued sweeping deportation push of immigrants in a surge of federal agents flooding the streets of blue cities such as Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Charlotte, and New Orleans, where the Department of Homeland Security confirmed a new operation Wednesday at mornings after weeks of anticipation that the Crescent City would be the next target. But the new Immigration and Customs Enforcement operation and federal official told CNN on Tuesday that it will specifically target undocumented Somali immigrants in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. The community is one of the largest in the U.S., one of the few that the president has focused on directly for years. Here's how we got here. Trump singles out Somalis after National Guard shooting funding scandal and recent attacks against the Somali community. The president had his allies have frequently cited a $300 million fraud scandal that centered Feeding Our Future, a nonprofit organization, and a COVID-19 program meant to prevent free meals to needy kids. The vast majority of roughly 70 people charged in the case are members of the state Somali community. CNN has reported prosecutors allege defendants set up a network of shell companies connected to Feeding Our Future to exploit the federal child nutrition program, claiming that feeding thousands of children per day, but instead using the money to purchase luxury vehicles and real estate. 37 defendants pleaded guilty, according to the AP. 5 were convicted in a group of defendants who were tried last year, the AP reported. And Trump referenced the scandal a week before Thanksgiving, calling Minnesota a hub of fraudulent money and laundering activity, and announced his plans to terminate temporary status for Somali residents in the state. Trump has rallied against Somalis for years. He's zeroed on Minnesota's Somali population and rallied against Omar, who became the first